So hey my loves, welcome back to my channels and welcome back to another video, guys. And yes, I said channels because I am here with you guys on Simpli Constance, and I'm also here with you guys on Ify Constance because these videos are going on both channels. So welcome back to my channels, guys. If this is your first time here, welcome my love. Please stick around, don't be a stranger, and do consider subscribing. If this is not your first time here, you already know the drill, boo. I see you watching me, watch you watch me, baby. So go ahead and subscribe. And guys, for those of you that are new, what these videos discuss is how I survived being scammed for a green card. I was a victim of a marriage fraud. I don't like to refer to myself as a victim because I have become anything but, you know, but it happened to me, so I have to acknowledge it, right? So on this channel, I discuss that process. I answer you guys questions. You know, I discuss like pretty much everything that happened to me. And I'm answering a lot of you guys questions when it comes to that whole process. So if you were someone that you know could benefit from this information, go ahead and subscribe, girl, and stick around. You know, comment your questions down below. If you or like many people who are, you know, embarrassed or afraid to comment your questions down below, and, you know, send me an email, inbox me on social media like so many other people do. If you're sending me an email to Simpli Constance, simplyconstance@gmail.com, SIMPLI Constance@gmail.com. If you're sending an email to Ify Constance, it's Ify Constance 2021@gmail.com. So guys, this video right here, I have received so many immigration comments and so many immigration emails, and a lot of you guys telling me that I should report them to immigration, this, that, and the third. This video right here, I'm going to be discussing a lot when it comes to immigration, what's going on with immigration that I know about, what reports have been made to immigration, if any, the status of my book and what's going on with that. So yeah, I'm going to be discussing, excuse me, all of that in this video. So if that's something that you guys have commented on, and if those are things that you guys have sent me emails about and have a lot of interest in, stick around, because when I get out this car and I'm not driving, I am going to get straight into it, my loves. Give me one moment. Okay, so guys, I am back. So let me get into the video because I have received so many comments from you guys on the videos, but I'm receiving a whole lot of from you guys at my email addresses. Some of you guys are, you know, concerned for my children. A whole lot of you guys are concerned for my children. And my next video that I make after this, I'm going to be discussing a lot, you know, with my babies. So, but a whole lot of you guys are so concerned about immigration and wanting me, you know, to report him and sending me different information, and things like that. But guys, I'm gonna just tell you like this, and I know when I tell a lot of people this, they're like so concerned and they can't believe it because so many people expect me to be so upset when I'm not upset anymore. I have just gotten so beyond that. But guys, when it comes down to it, I don't care. And I say that in all honesty, I don't care. I don't put any energy into nothing when it comes to anything that is going to require me to have to deal with him on any level. Guys, and I know that's crazy because I married someone and brought someone into my children's lives and into my life that hated me. And he didn't hate me because of anything that I did to him or anything that I said or anything like that. He hated me because of what I am. I'm a black woman from the United States of America. And I can say that in all honesty because I saw what he had to say about me on platforms that he thought I would never see. You know, when he was talking to his friends and family and other people, you know, and all of those messages that came back to that phone, when he was speaking to people about me, where he could speak his truth and his real feelings and everything about me, I saw what he said about me. Like I said, on platforms that he thought I would never see. He hated me. And like I said, it wasn't because of anything that I said or did. It was strictly because I was a black woman from the United States of America. And, you know, when it comes to black women from the U.S., you have certain cultures that hate us. And it's not because of anything that we did. They hate us. They just want to use us for finances and sex and to get them to the U.S. And the crazy thing about it, they hate us and they talk so much shit about the United States and this country and how this country has no culture and blah, 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 blah. But they want to live here so bad. And they will do anything to us to get here, which is crazy. You know, make that make sense. You hate an entire country. You hate the people in that country, but you want to live in that country. You want that American dream. And even with that, when I discuss that people don't get it when I say that, I don't care. I don't care, guys. I don't care. Therefore, I don't put any energy into that. I don't put any energy going in the USCIS website and completing a report. I don't put any energy into going to ICE's website and completing a report because I don't care. I look at where my life was when I was with him, and I look at where my life is now. You know, my overall health, not just my mental health, my physical health, my financial health, my relationship health, my business health, everything has increased tremendously. I'm able to love, and I'm able to allow myself to be loved. And that's not something that I was able to do when I was surrounding myself with him and people connected to him. Guys, I don't care. I don't care. And another thing, when I was with him, and you guys that would live through it, you get it. He was so happy when I was depressed and isolating myself and overweight and just pretty much killing myself. That shit made him feel good, and he loved that. And my thing is, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to go through no process, me personally, with contacting immigration and sending his ass back to Nigeria. I want him to be here and see all these blessings firsthand, because he's watching. All the shit that he tried to do to me, all the holes that he tried to dig for me, I want him to see how God has blessed me and said, and I want him to see that shit firsthand. That's why I didn't report his ass. I want you to see these blessings, honey, because when I tell you guys, he was happy when I was unhappy and depressed and isolated and my health wasn't good. But as soon as I start taking my life back and getting myself together, oh God, before we separated and I started my weight loss journey, there was a video, and I didn't really even see it. One of my attorney friends was watching it, and she picked it up. I'm gonna put it here on the screen so you guys can watch it. But I was sitting in my bedroom at my desk, and I was talking to you guys about, you know, my weight loss journey. I was doing like a check-in, and he walked in the room, and like everything about me changed. You can see it when I went back and looked at it, because if you guys ever watch videos, in previous videos in the past, you know, a few years ago when he was in it, you know, when he walked, he doesn't stomp, because I was going through, you know, that transformation of taking my life back and taking my health back and everything. Before we separated, he was upset. So anytime that he was around, like that intimidation, like he walked in the room straight stomping, you know, the camera shook when he came in the room, guys. Now, if y'all seen previous videos with him in it, you know that's just not. And then when I said something to him, he didn't say anything back. Like, you can tell everything about me changed. But I'll put that video here if I don't forget, and you guys can go back and watch it. But but you know, for me not to just discuss that and not discuss what this video is about, he was happy when I was unhappy. And to be honest, guys, when you petition to bring someone here from another country, if something happens to you, say if you know, were to, God forbid, commit suicide or die or whatever, and something happens to you, their citizenship is sealed. And I know that this is something major to say, but I wholeheartedly believe this. If something happened to me because of the things that he did to me, he didn't give a fuck about that. He didn't give a fuck about what that meant for my children. The only thing he cared about is himself and getting what he wanted. Yes, my other children have a father, but I am their main parent. And if something would have happened to me because of what I was dealing with when I was married to him, you know, mental health-wise, health-wise, he didn't give a fuck about that, because he was glad when I wasn't okay. You know, I had a wake-up call when I went to a doctor's appointment before I started my weight loss journey. You know, I had to do like the stress test and all those other things. It was just a lot. And for my doctor to look me in my face and tell me, if you don't make changes, you are going to die. You are killing yourself. It was a lot of stuff. That one thing I appreciate about my doctor, y'all, is that we have real conversations, not just medical stuff, mental health stuff, well-being stuff. We discuss a lot, and I appreciate her because she gave it to me like I needed to hear. And a lot of shit I was dealing with health-wise was stemming from who I was married to, who was supposed to be my protector, my safe place, was anything but. And even with all of that, I still don't give a damn, you know, when it came to reporting his ass. Like I said, the holes that he tried to dig for me, I want his ass to see firsthand how none of that shit worked, how God has done nothing but elevate me since I got away from his ass. Because at the end of the day, the shit that I was doing when we was together, he did nothing to make me a better person, to elevate me, to make me look good. I made his ass look good with everything I was doing, business-wise, financial-wise, education-wise. He did nothing to elevate me. I was a motherfucking goat in that relationship. I'm just keep it real. Pat myself on the back, girl, because I was. It is what it is. But when it comes like to that immigration thing, guys, I didn't give a fuck about reporting him. Now, was he reported to immigration? He absolutely was. I know of over 10 people who reported him because of what he did to me. I can tell you 6 of those people, or maybe 7. I don't know if one of them actually did, but 6 of those people are connected to him. 3 of them are his friends, and I use that word loosely because I know they reported him, and I know for a fact they reported him, but I don't trust them. I just don't. Because they'll come around me and they'll tell me certain things, but how do I know they're not doing the same when it comes to him? I don't let any of them come to my house. I don't let any of them around my children. I just don't give them certain information because I don't trust them. I met them through him. If it wasn't for him, I won't know them. But I know 3 of his friends made reports on the USCIS website. And not only did they do the reports on the USCIS website, they also did the reports on the ICE website. And when they did the reports, I was actually with them, you know, because they were talking about it, and they're going to do the reports because they know what he did. They know throughout our whole relationship, you know, when I got him here, the things that he was doing. The 3 people that are connected, and when they had the option of leaving, you know, their contact information to be contacted, even though both websites said something to the effect of they may not contact you or whatever. But I know within the paragraphs they typed that they could be contacted. They put their email address in the email slot, you know, if they needed any follow-ups, and they put like their you know, full names, phone numbers, addresses, and email addresses in the body of the messages that they typed. I do know for a fact that they did that because they were actually with me when they did that and when they submitted it. And some stuff that they were typing in there, it was some stuff that they knew that they didn't even tell me, that I didn't find out until then. But they knew. Their friends, I know it was 3 people connected to them. I'm not going to say how. It could be their spouses, it could be their friends or whatever. I'm not going to say how, but I know 3 of them did as well. It was another one. I don't know if she did. So it's a potential, like when it comes to his friends, it's the potential that 7 of them did. I know for a fact 6 of them did. I don't know if the other one did, if the other girl did, whatever. I know when my book was completed, one of the publishers told me that she wanted to allow an immigration attorney to look at my book. I allowed one of my attorney friends to look at it, and you know, they told me, because they knew I worked with them when I was working for, you know, the state, when I was working for DSS. That's how I met them. And you know, when I went to Nigeria to get married, they even purchased me a gift. So they knew from the beginning, you know, when the marriage started and all of that stuff, I let that, you know, that friend of mine see the book. They asked me if they can let one of their immigration attorney friends look at it. And I said yes. I also, my publisher saw all this information. But I also let all the attorneys have like all the documents that I had, like all the stuff that came back to the phone, and several other things that I had that they were able to sit with and review for several weeks. And when they all finished, now note guys, like my publisher and the attorney that she gave the information to, also my attorney friend and the attorney that my attorney friend gave the information to, they never met each other. They never had conversations with each other, but they all said the same thing. When they all finished looking at everything, they were like, this is definitely marriage fraud. We're reporting this. So my attorney friend reported it. The immigration attorney she gave it to reported it. My publisher reported it. Actually, my publisher and several people in her, you know, that works for the company, the publishing company, reported it, as well as the immigration attorney's office that my publisher let look at it. And you know, they look through all the information, like, and they even look at these videos. They tell me things to say and things not to say on this, doing these videos. You know, whatever. But I know they all reported it. So, and I'm not 100% sure how that process works, guys. They did tell me that immigration has up to the 10-year mark that that person has been in the U.S. to make a decision on whether or not they're going to do anything with it. They said that, you know, the process can take anywhere from 2 months to 2 to 3 years for them to go through, because not only do they look at the information that was provided, there are certain things that they do outside of that to do whatever they need to do. I am going to tell you that I'm going to provide everything to immigration that's asked of me and that's required for me. You know, even with the attorneys, with everything that they looked at, with everyone that they spoke to, with all the information that I have, there is no doubt any that he scammed me for a green card. You know, sometimes you look at stuff and there's this reasonable doubt. Well, maybe blah, 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 blah. When you look at everything that came back to that phone, plus all of the information that I have, guys, when I traveled to Nigeria at the end of 2022, and did my dual citizenship, I met with a few of his friends in Nigeria. They came over to the hotel that I was staying at, because they still message me on WhatsApp from time to time, because they were like, you know, we had a conscience, we felt bad about this, we were talking to certain people, you know, we've spoken to our parents, we was talking to certain people, and you know, usually we just mind our business, but it was just something we couldn't. So when I went to Nigeria, of course I didn't travel by myself. I had, you know, certain friends that traveled with me, certain people, because I was going to get dual citizenship for me and for my children. So a few of his friends came over and met me at my hotel, and I recorded everything with this camera. You know, the whole conversation. There were some things they told me, that there were some things that they gave me, there were some affidavits that they signed. So there was like, it's just like so much stuff, and all of it points to this is what he did, this is what his plans are. He knew exactly what he was doing. There was never no love or good intentions on his part, never any. And I can say that truthfully, because I know what I have, and I know what I saw, and I know what I read, and I know it came from him. And even when everyone's looking at it, like these attorneys, like, I mean, they straight up, this is marriage fraud, we have to report this, there's no question about it. Like, even when after, and that's why I tell you guys, be careful what you say to them if you're going towards separation and in that stage, because they try to make it seem like you're this crazy violent person so they can qualify for VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act. That does not only cover women, it covers men as well. And it's like some things that he would text me at times. When I went and I looked at these websites, it's like he was reading this stuff and sending this stuff to me like verbatim, trying to make it seem like I was doing and saying stuff that I was never doing and saying. Like, for example, guys, when we separated and he decided to move from the house that we purchased together when we were married, he moved a block away, 1 block away. if I was to be at the park with my children or with my dog or walking, you know, the neighborhood exercising, I wouldn't even walk by that block. I would go in the other direction. But as long as I was at my house isolating myself, he was happy. If I was to leave my house and like be at the park or walk in the neighborhood or, you know, with my children or whatever, and pass by him driving, or he passed by me while I was out walking in the other direction, I would receive a text message from him stating something like, you know, he need his privacy, I'm not giving him privacy, I'm following him, like all kind of silliness, trying to make it seem like I was hostile and putting him in this hostile environment, in this toxic environment, and that I was fucking up his mental health. But in all actuality, he was the one doing all these things to me. And some days I would ignore it. Other days I would curse his ass out and rip his ass anew in those messages. But guys, if you're in the beginning stages of that, I would advise you to ignore it all, because that's what they're trying to do. If you go to immigration, or if you just look up VAWA when it comes to immigration, VAWA, Violence Against Women Act, if you just look that up when it comes to immigration, you would be surprised that if you're dealing with this situation, how many things that he has said, he or she, because men go through the situation too, but the person that you bring here that has you going through all of this, you will be surprised at how many things that they say to you, or that they text you trying to make it seem like you're doing all these things because they need it in black and white so they can qualify for VAWA. So be careful how you reply. Don't reply if you don't have to. Don't say anything if you don't have to, because that's what they're trying to do. But these attorneys, they were able to see through all of it. They had, you know, gave them access to every single text message that ever, you know, was sent between me and him. Because guys, I don't delete anything. I never have. Every conversation that me and him have ever had since we separated, even before we separated, because I don't delete messages, you know, these attorneys have had a chance to go through all of them. If I didn't, if it's not something that's on text message or email, I recorded it. They have seen it all. And with everything that they have, they can see through it. I mean, they're immigration attorneys. And even, you know, with my attorney friend who I let see all the information, they can see through it. The things that he was saying, even a lot of the things that he did after we separated, because he lives his life for social media. A lot of the things that he said and did, he watches this video, so he'll probably go back and try to fix it now, or either do certain things on the social media, but it's too late because they already have all of it. They have everything that they need. But it was certain things that he was doing on social media that just textbook stuff that, you know, it's very evident that he had no plans on staying married, and that he just wanted this to get into the U.S. That's all. So they made those reports, and whatever happens, happens. I know when it comes to my book, because everything is in my book from the moment I met him until right after the divorce. Everything is in my book, guys. Every single thing. I'm also going to do an updated, you know, version after whatever happens with immigration, because I am going to, when I've already started it, you know, putting the information like of everything with the attorneys and what I was advised and how I was advised. So whatever happens with immigration, that's going to be in a part 2. But because of everything that's in my book, and it's not just my story, it's several other brave individuals who was brave enough to tell some of their story, but the portions of it that they were comfortable with. But because of everything that's in there, they wanted me to push pause on releasing the book, when I know what's going on with immigration, then the book will be released, and then I'm going to release the updated version of whatever the outcome is. Either way, I'm totally fine. I'm not going to be impacted either way, because I'm away from him. I never in life am going to be in a situation where I have to be around or deal with him, so I don't care whether his ass is here or if he's deported back to Nigeria. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You know, I am not going to be upset about it either way, because I brought him here. Yes, immigration approved for me to bring him here, but I brought them here. You know, I brought, you know, him here. And like I told the attorneys when we was talking about it, it's not their responsibility to fix something that I caused. Now, can they look at all the information and see his ass scammed me? Yes. You know, do the attorneys believe that when they have a chance to go through everything, he's going to be deported? The attorneys definitely do believe that he's going to be deported. You know, they're like, we never say stuff 100%, but Constance, we were 100%, and both of them told me this. You know, both the immigration attorneys said the same thing. You know, we 100% definitely believe when they go through all of this and see all of this and see all this stuff that he put on social media and see what he's done, blah 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 blah. Because like I said, guys, there are certain things that they look at that I didn't even realize, but they were like, when they go through everything, they definitely believe 100% that he is going to be deported and never allowed back into the U.S. And whatever. Either way, I don't care. I'm not concerned about it. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm not going to lie to immigration or protect him when it comes to anything, because he didn't do anything to protect me or my children. You know, everything he did to break me down and try to kill me. So whatever. I can tell you guys, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of information, but not a lot, because like I said, the attorney, my bad guys, y'all know how I be talking, but the attorneys told me some things to say on these videos and some things not to say on these videos. But I can tell you, when I was going through my divorce process, I paid $0.00. When I was going through the process of getting the home out of foreclosure, the attorney I had for that, I paid $0.00. And these attorneys gave me so much good advice. And I have, like, guys, I literally have people who surround me that actually want me and my children to win. I mean, like, they could be getting paid and charging me major fees for their services, but they don't. Anything I ask them, anything I need, they're like, Constance, do this, do this, do this. Don't do this, never do this, never say this. So if you're in a situation and you're going through this process, guys, and you need legal advice and legal help, I'm not going to tell you to comment your information down below, but send me an email, either to my Simply Constance email. I would rather you send it to Simply Constance, so all the emails go to one place. But if you send it to Ify Constance email, that's fine too. In that email, just give me a little bit of information about what you're going through, what you need. Also put your full name, address, telephone number, so I can make sure that you're not a creeper and just being whatever. And I will promise you that I will get your information to someone who can help you out in this, because guys, there are so many resources. I know a lot of times you be thinking that you can't do it because, you know, you don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in legal fees, but there are so many things that you can tap into. And I work with, well, not work with, but I am connected with some really, because I'm not an attorney, so I don't work with attorneys, but I am connected with some really, really great attorneys who will do certain things for you and give you advice and just make sure that they can help you get what you need. Because guys, you know, there's so many people that go through this. You know, I was even contacted and asked if, you know, by a female who went through this, and she's so embarrassed, and she asked me if I would help her get her story out there. And I told her absolutely, absolutely, because it happens so much, and we just be so afraid to discuss it and to go through it, but don't be. But yeah, like I said, if you're going through it, I'm not going to give a lot of details here, but send me that information to my email. And you know, those of you who email me, you know that we reply fairly quickly. If you haven't spoken to me, you've spoken to someone who helped you get the resources that you need. So guys, you don't have to be out here alone dealing with this stuff. You know, sometimes most times you're treated the worst by your friends and family, because when I was going through it, my friends, well, not my friends, well, it was really my family, close family members, who I would have always been there for them, but they gave me their asses to kiss. So I get it. And now the crazy shit about it, now they see, because some of them are still friends with him on Facebook, and they're not friends with him just to be friends, but they're like, we just want to see. So they see the fake ass shit that he's doing. So now, you know, a lot of them are, you know, trying to play the I apologize game and blah 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 blah, and I let them say what they won't say, but I never fuck with them again. So you gon' deal with that. So I get how, you know, you don't want to come forward and say certain things, because how you're treated by the people who are supposed to have your back, and the people whose back you will always, where you will always have if they're going through a situation, but that's not how they treated you. I get it, guys, I get it. But you know, my contact information, just send me a message, and you know, we'll go from there. And like I said, those that have messaged me know that we get back fairly quickly. Like I told you guys in my last video, if you need therapy, go get it. Therapy really saved my life, guys. Well, 3 things saved my life. Number 1, God. Number 2, my children. Number 3, therapy. I'm telling you guys, because if you live through it, you know. That's all I can say. Those who have lived through it, you know how difficult the shit is and what it does to you. You know. But yeah, guys, that's what's going on with immigration. I'll keep you guys up to date with that. As I know things, you guys will know things, and it is what it is. I don't care. Either way it goes. I don't care either way it goes. I don't feel any type of way, because I am over it, and God has blessed me in ways since, like, guys, I just signed. Well, not just signed. By the time you guys see this video, it'll probably be 2-3 weeks later. But I just signed another contract to take my boutique into a location in Charlotte, North Carolina. So guys, it's like God just continues. You know, I pray and I ask God, everything that I have in my hands, Lord, multiply it, not only for me and my children, but for everything and everybody that's positively connected to me. Make this work, Lord. Give me everything that I need. Don't allow me to struggle. Don't allow my children to struggle. Keep me and my children safe. And give us everything that we need. Keep all of my employees safe, Lord. Move all of us forward. Everybody, every family that I have touched in a real estate transaction, keep them safe, Lord. Multiply it all for all of us, Jesus. And God just continues to do that. So I don't see a reason for me to be upset and for me to even care one way or another. You know, guys, and those of you that are living through this, I want you to get in the same place. Because when you can get in a place where you don't give a damn, that's when you know that you have gone through your healing process, that you have successfully gone through your healing process, and that you have taken power over your life back. Don't give them that much power over your life that you care about so many things when it concerns them. I don't put none of my thoughts or actions or energy or finances or resources into anything that has nothing to do with him or his family. The most that I do is I make these videos for you guys. And I make these videos for you guys because I know that there are children who have lived through this situation, which I'm going to talk about in my next video. And there are mothers who have lived through this situation and families who have lived through this situation and who are still in it and going through it now, who needs that help, who needs that motivation, who needs that little push and that know-how so that they can walk up out of those situations and continue on with their lives. That's the most energy that I put into it because I know y'all need it. You know, I know I needed it. And when I needed it, there was really nothing for me to pull up and look at and get that help. I had to break through and be that voice for myself. So if I can help someone break through and be that voice for you to know that it's okay and to know that you're going to be okay, I'll do that. I don't care about any of the negativity that may come with it, because I get a lot more positive than I get negative. So it is what it is. So I'll be that, and I'll be that every day of the week. So I'm gonna make these videos for you guys, and that's the most energy that I'm going to ever put in it. I'm not gonna put any energy into anything else, and I don't really consider this putting any energy in him. This is me telling my story, my truth of what I lived through, how I lived through it, and how I am being blessed now that I'm listening to what God says and doing to what God says, and not putting myself in another situation that God didn't put me in, that I decided to put myself in. So yes, that's this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I love you guys to life. I love you guys to pieces. Don't forget to always pray. Put God first. Love on those who love you back, guys. And I will see you guys in episode 6. Because, guys, this is episode 5. I don't think I said it in the beginning. This is episode 5. In episode 6, I'm going to discuss how to protect your children. Because that's a major one. I'm going to discuss that. And I'm going to apologize to you guys for not uploading in several weeks. I told you guys that I you know, in my last video, how I had to have, you know, some dental procedures done, and I've been dealing with that. And I also had a really bad allergic reaction to something. So guys, for, you know, for a little bit, my eyes were swollen shut, like my skin just went through so much stuff. And I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but I had so many breakouts. You can see it on my chest where I have like where it's healed, but I had so many breakouts, and I just didn't want to get on camera, you know, with all of that because I was having an allergic reaction. But I'm a whole lot better now, guys. So I am back. So the videos are coming. If you guys have any questions about anything, comment them down below. But guys, I'm gonna see y'all in episode 6 where we get into how to protect your children in this situation. I'll see you guys later. I love you guys.